Hello everyone and welcome back to another Train Yard review. I know I've not been talking to you much, but I've been away on vacation, so that's my main reason for that. And I know I've been back for a few days now, almost a week, but I've been so busy catching up with school and I have no time. I have to sneak this video in, but yeah. So I'm trying to do videos. I'm trying to make my movie. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make my movie. I've only gotten not too much filming in on it. This is actually a set on it. So yeah. And yeah, welcome to a set on the movie. But enough on my movie and there's excuses and all that. Let's get to review. So now I have 3 Rusty models. One came in the mail the other day. I may be going to work on a little project with it to make it look like the Scarlet Rusty, cough cough, but like the Scarlet Railroad Railway Series Rusty. But enough of that. Let's get to the review. So here is Rusty. Let's start the review. So about the character of Rusty himself. So in the Railroad series, he was brought in when the Scarlet Railroad was turned from a real railroad to a tourist railroad, really, and not real railroad, but from commercially owned, not for profit and profit alone railroad to tourist railroad mainly. So yeah, but he was brought in to maintain the lines. He's based off a locomotive who was actually built from 2 locomotives, and yeah, so maybe Rusty's even built from 2 locomotives because that's the locomotive he's based off of. In the Railroad series, he's painted green, by the way. He's a kind diesel who doesn't try to get in anyone's way and just helps people in general. Now, let's start the review. So I have 3 Rusties here. The first one I have is the white roofed Rusty, which was one of the original ones. I do not have the one with the face up. There's a lot of argument, is that a factory error, is that a first edition, yada yada yada. I don't care, I don't have it. I would have preferred that one, but I got this one in a lot. It's a lot better to have a white roof Rusty than to not have one, so I'm not complaining. But I would buy it separately like this, so we get a face raised one if you're going to the trouble buying it separately. But anyways, so this Rusty is very simplistic. Let me just pull it up here. So this Rusty is very simplistic. Just number 5 Rusty, 4 black circles, a slot for the cab's drivers, and the main components himself: his main engine, his oil tank, his cab, and his radiator or face area. So very simplistic, very nice with the right roof, really makes it complete, classic. He has the widow speaker ledge on the back there, and is just simple, basic. Not a lot of added detail, which makes it sweet and straight to the point, which I like personally. Now, yeah, not much else to say on it. Very classic wooden railroad. Yeah, I'll talk about that later. But anyways, so that's this one. Let's keep this out. The main differences they made between this one and this one are things just like they added a window there. They added lines around the circles. They made the font smaller and separated the 5 and Rusty. Made the paint a little brighter. And other than that, the model didn't change other than a black roof, which is one thing I really like. Other than standard features, thin wheels, magnet coverings, etc., etc. And yeah. So then, when Tommy got his hands on the model, I got this one in the Rusty with cement works or cement cars or whatever you would call it. So yeah, now I should put this one on the side. Now Mattel and Tommy and Learning Curve did major overhauls on this one. They brought it back from its discontinuation with the Scarlet Railroad, and CGI came back. So yeah, so it's a huge overhaul. Which one thing, they just completely remade Rusty from a classics child toy to an attempt at a real-life Rusty. Now, a lot of people like the more realistic stuff, use the more realistic stuff in their episodes, etc., etc. I tend to use classic stuff, personally. Why is that, you say? Well, what's the point of having the wooden railroad? A line for items that are meant to be simplistic and basic, and just really appealing and looks nice. If you're gonna have a desperate attempt to do molded and nice looking things, that's what Hornby and Backman's for. Even Tommy and Take and Play and Earl have done a better job of molding it. I would use one of those if I wanted a realistic looking thing. I'm just doing this for the ease of Wooden Railroad and a few other factors. But what thing I like about Wooden Railroad is the simplistic feel and charm of it. I feel you completely lose it in that one. That's why I don't like it. This one basically is a misfit. It is the best when it comes to realism in the Wooden Railroad, but it's the worst when it comes to realism in comparison to other models' ranges. So that's that one. But that's why I like this one over that one, because it's just, this is kind of the best at being simplistic, while that is the worst at being realistic, if you get my meaning. That's why I tend to prefer these ones. So major overhaul, they've removed the little cab window which was added to this model. They've added rivets, they've added lines, of course, they decided to turn 100% wooden model, other than standard things such as face and face and wheels, to adding plastic everywhere. They had the plastic here because they didn't have enough plastic in the model, obviously, so they had to throw that in. And obviously the magnet couplers became hard plastic and other things such as that. So it's basically just ruined the 100% wood feel, which I loved about the old Rusty. Now a lot of other things, they removed this little groove or divot here. They overhauled the circles, they've added lines everywhere. They've turned this from thing on the tankers to just a painted on thing. The model before that one even didn't have that. So if I wanted something that looked realistic in the Wooden Railroad, I'd use that. But I don't really, not that I don't care, I just prefer this for the look of it. It's a lot more simplistic. Well, I'm not going to use either of them the way they are. I'm going to paint one of the two of them. I haven't decided which one yet, and use it in the Green Scarlet Railroad format. Alright, so that's my opinion on Rusty. I'm not going to rate this. I should probably suggest if you should get it or not. If you do not have a Rusty out of any of these three, I would highly suggest you get one. I'm not going to say get the, oh, I forgot. This is actually a factory error. This says, here, it says, mining supply car for Rusty. So I got a factory error. I didn't even know it at the time I got it. So that's just a cool thing. So I would say get this one because it's probably going to be the cheapest on eBay. Let me focus. Cheapest on eBay because it was available for the longest time. So get that one. But if you want to get something classic, get that one with the face up. And those are my thoughts on this. So please tell me what you think in the comments. Throw up a like if you want to help me. So thanks everyone. Hopefully I'll get something out soon. The movie's taking up a lot of my time as well as homework. Okay. My camera was batteries out, so I have to rush it.